It's official, the AI hype train just went on life support with the underwhelming release of GPT-4.5. Yesterday, OpenAI unveiled the most expensive AI model ever produced, yet it fails to crush any benchmarks, win any awards, or offer any novel capabilities whatsoever. Its only real selling point is vibes. It is supposed to chat in a more natural, human-like way. Don't get me wrong, it's a good model, but not good enough to feed the AI hype monster. It looks increasingly likely that we're not headed into a technological singularity, but rather a sigmoid of sorrow. Sam Altman couldn't even be bothered to leave his newborn in the hospital to attend the product launch, instead sending a bunch of interns to demo it. And that's crazy because we're talking about Orion here. In 2023, tech leaders signed a petition to stop training big models like this. The man himself begged the government to regulate AI, yet GPT-4.5 turned out to be more disappointing than the release of the Epstein files. In today's video, we'll find out if we've just reached the limits of pre-training in generative pre-trained transformers. It is February 28, 2025, and you're watching the Code Report. I didn't want to make another crappy AI video today, but the bat signal was triggered. Anytime an official video gets ratioed like this, I have no choice but to make a response. Before you unsubscribe, though, I've got an interesting PostgreSQL video on the way. The first thing to know about GPT-4.5 is that it's extremely expensive. If you thought Claude was pricey at $15 per million tokens, GPT-4.5 is 5 times more expensive at $75 per million input tokens. Actually, correction, that's input tokens. It costs $150 per million output tokens. Currently, it's only available to the $200 per month Pro users. I tried it out myself, and it does seem to emit chill vibes, but the problem is that's highly subjective. However, OpenAI introduced a new vibes benchmark that's supposed to measure creative thinking. The best way to test the model is to talk to it, so let's jump into a demo. A lot of people on the internet criticized the presentation, but as an introvert myself, I think they did a great job. GPT-4.5 supposedly has a far lower hallucination rate, but I found that it still makes a lot of silly mistakes. It's not self-aware, has no idea what GPT-4.5 even is, and says its training cutoff is October 2023. However, it was able to tell me how many Rs are in strawberry, which felt like a huge leap forward. But I quickly became disappointed when it gave me the wrong number of Ls in Lapaloa. When it comes to programming and science, I didn't even try, because we already know it's not going to perform as well as deep thinking models like GPT-4.5. To make matters worse, on the AER polyglot coding benchmark, it's not only worse at programming than DeepSeek but also hundreds of times more expensive. If you're an Elon Musk hater, you'll want to take a bong rip of copium right now because currently, xAIGrok is the best model in the world. That's not my opinion, that's the opinion of the betting market. Although by the end of 2025, OpenAI is still favored to have the best model, its odds are on the decline. That's problematic for OpenAI because they are raising billions of dollars as they transition to a for-profit model and need to maintain a massive valuation. Altman says there is no wall and believes they can scale these models almost infinitely, assuming he secures trillions of dollars from SoftBank and the Saudis to build data centers. My theory as an unqualified shitposter is that OpenAI failed to train GPT-5 with any significant improvement despite scaling up parameters and compute. GPT-4.5 is the biggest model they've ever created, and now they're lowering the bar for GPT-5. A few weeks ago, Altman described GPT-5 as more like a router that automatically chooses the best model based on your prompt. And that's highly disappointing, because I was expecting to be a post-apocalyptic warlord by now, battling robots and barbecuing rats over burning garbage cans for dinner. Instead, I live in this dystopia where artificial superintelligence never arrives, and nothing ever happens. But if you're a computer science student, this plateau is great news. AI coding tools are incredible, but they're most useful to real human programmers who know what they are doing. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. You can start getting really good at programming for free, thanks to this video's sponsor, Brilliant. Their platform provides interactive, hands-on lessons that demystify the complexity of deep learning. With just a few minutes of effort each day, you can understand the math and computer science behind this seemingly magic technology. I'd recommend starting with Python, then checking out their How Large Language Models Work course if you really want to look under the hood of ChatGPT. Try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for 30 days by going to brilliant.org/fireship, https://brilliant.org/fireship, or using the QR code on screen. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.